Hello and welcome to the very first episode of a new show that I've elected to call Drunkime. So here's how this works. I get myself good and plastered and watch an episode of a Japanese anime. Then I put my loaded ass in front of the camera and do my absolute best to recap the plot of the episode to you, the audience, while me in the future in the editing booth makes corrections and snide remarks. So without any further ado, let's get started. The subject. For our first subject, we're going to focus on a show called Kotetsujo no Kabenari, or Kabenari of the Iron Fortress here in America. It's a 2016 spring season show animated by Studio Wit, and they're famous for doing Attack on Titan and, vampire trash garbage, or How I Learned to Hate Fuck an Unsuspecting Audience. Of the end. The show revolves around main character Ikoma, an engineer who is trying to develop a brand new type of weapon with which to stop the Kabane. The Kabane are essentially zombies with glowing marks on their chests and backs. They kind of look like if the soldiers from the covers of the Battlefield games came to life and tried to eat the citizenry. The only bastion for humans are in walled cities only accessible via a giant train called the Hayajiro Kotetsujo. Now let's skip ahead 23 minutes and a few drinks later to see how Drunken Chris describes the plot of Episode 1 of Kabenari of the Iron Fortress. Take it away. So, I'm about to describe to you the first episode of Kabenari of the Iron Fortress from memory. So, I don't know. The plot is, of the first episode, the main character is a guy by the name of Ikoma, and Ikoma works at a train station, I think, and the train station is called, the train is called Kotetsujo, and they live in a world that is essentially Attack on Titan, but instead of Titans, they have zombies that are called Kabenari. And Kabenari are zombies, but they have glowy bits on their chests and back to prove that they are different from humans. Okay. I'm good. Okay, so, the, Kabenari are zombies, they are the big bads, and they are bad, and they are mean, and they will kill you, they will bite you, they're zombies. So, Ikoma works at a train station where the Kotetsujo is going to stop. And it makes a stop at his train station, and the people get off of the train, and one of the people on the train is a girl named Mume, and Mume is playing with one of those little ball, I look around as if I have one nearby, one of those little ball in a cup games, and she's got one, and she's playing with it, and Mume is like, I am a child, but I am really good, I think. And Ikoma's there, and everybody's super afraid of the Kabane to the point, that's the zombies called Kabane, and they're all super afraid of the Kabane, so everybody's like, oh my god. So they're all scared, and Ikoma's he has flashbacks to when he was a kid, and he's like, oh no, I remember when I was a child and they ate my family. And he doesn't want that to happen to anybody else, so he is a relatable protagonist because he doesn't want nobody else to die, especially their families. And, so the episode is the Kotetsujo arrives at port, and they do the check. Are there any Kabane aboard? And there's none. They make people strip down to their fucking, not even their skivvies, because skivvies implies that they're still wearing, like, underwear, but they're not wearing anything. They're completely, like, stark naked. Like, I would prove that myself, but, like, nah. So, they get completely naked for these, like, random dudes they don't even know. And they're like, you can check me for bite marks, brah, I ain't got none. And if they got none, then they're like, okay, you're not a Kabane. You're not a zombie if you got no bite marks. It's like Walking Dead, only, like, they don't... That would be so much better. Like, you know, I stopped watching The Walking Dead after, like, season 2, but I think it would have been a lot better if they'd have just gotten every single character fucking naked and been like, do you got any bite marks? Because then that's a great way to get around. That's a huge theme of Kabane of the Fortress, is that, like, everybody's super fucking paranoid, and that's kind of cool. That's a cool little development, is everybody's paranoid of everybody. That's, like, one of the biggest things. So, like, one of the biggest plot points of the episode is, like, when the Kotetsu Joe arrives at port, it's, like the guys all go in there, and Ikoma's like, oh... he's Ushio, by the way, which I could not get out of my brain, is that the voice actor is Ushio from Ushio and Tora. So he's talking to his buddy, and he's like, dude, they're going in there right now, and they're looking for Kabane and seeing if there's any bite marks on anybody. And then some dude just fucking skedaddles his way on out of the train, like, ah! And they're like, he's a Kabane. Even though he's just in his fucking underwear, right? Maybe that's why he was different, because he was still wearing his fucking Japanese diaper, and nobody else was. They're like, that dude's wearing clothes, fucking get him! And so they chase him down with, like, they've got, like, steampunk weapons, so when they fire their gun, like, some fucking fart comes out of their backpacks. And, so this guy runs away, and they're like, go get him, he's a Kabane. And Ushio's like, no, he's saying he's not, because the guy's like, oh no, I'm not a Kabane. Oh. That's not his actual voice, but it's, you know. So he's like, I'm not a Kabane, and they're like, you are a Kabane, and they got him, like, surrounded. And Ushio, like, runs up and gets himself in the way, and they're like, I will not let you kill this man. You are all paranoid. And they're like, yeah, we're paranoid. Get out of the way. Because if he is a zombie, he's gonna eat us all, and we're all gonna die. And Ushio's like, that's valid, but please don't kill this man. And the man is... he runs away. And Ushio can't save him, so they kill the dude. And he gets killed in slow motion. Which means, like, oh no, his death was, like, important, but I didn't even know the dude's name. So he dies. And Ushio's like, you bitches, why would you do this? And so they capture Ushio, and they put him in solitary confinement. And there's a girl who is, like, the leader. No, she's like a princess of a thing called the Bushi. And I think the Bushi is supposed to be the kingdom. So, like, this is super similar to Attack on Titan in that they all lived in this, like, world that is surrounded by a wall, like Attack on Titan, but it's... there's a train. So... The girl who is the princess of the Bushi is like, we shouldn't kill Ushio because Ushio is just trying to be a nice guy, and, like, why would we kill nice guys? So she's like, don't do that. And Ushio is, instead of being shot with steampunk M1 Garands, is put into solitary confinement. And the train, zombies get loose.
and the zombies attack on Titan land. And they all start to get eaten. But Ushio's there in solitary confinement, like, let me out. But no one comes to let him out except for Bushi Princess. Ugh. Princess Bushi. There's, did I mention Mume? Mume is a girl who was on the train when they were checking it out. And, she is fine. She was playing, I did mention it, because she's got the cup. The ball in the cup game. She's fucking playing with it like a pro. And they're like, hey, that's really good. You can't be a zombie person and playing that cup and a ball game. I can't even play that shit sober. And so they let her through. And she goes, and they show her, and she does like a fucking kick and decapitates one of the zombies, and it's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen cool shit before, so that was... Whew. So she's really awesome. I'm really interested to see what happens with her. As she decapitates one of the zombies, but she's like traveling with a dude, and the dude, I don't even know who the dude was like her bodyguard or something, but he sucked, because he wasn't any better than she was. And so he's like, I've been bitten, and I must die. And so he does. But he doesn't use a suicide bag. Because that's the thing. They establish a suicide bag. In the very opening scene is, while they're on the train, they're like, showing dudes on the train like, pew, 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 shooting zombies. And there's a dude who gets bit. And if you remember Walking Dead, fucking first thing Morgan says, don't get bit. I used to have a t-shirt to that effect, but I got rid of it because it didn't fit me anymore because I got too fat. It said, don't get bit. And he get bit. And now he's fucking, they're like, surround him like, you get bit, bruh. You fucking use that suicide bag or we'll kill you. Which is kind of ridiculous, you know. You kill yourself or I'll kill you. So dude's just like, alright. And he's got this little fucking, like a pouch you'd see in like some fucking medieval world where he's got like a pouch. It might as well have had a dollar sign on it. And he holds it next to his heart and he goes, and he explodes. And he dies. But then the other, Mume's guy, who is a bodyguard, he does not use that. He just, I think he stabs himself. And, so they're all dead. And the episode ends with, everybody's, like, panicking. And that's how it ends. She kicks a zombie's head clean off. And I can't get over how fucking cool that was. And the zombie dies, and Ikoma's got, like, Ikoma gets bit too. No one fucking listens to Morgan. Morgan, I got you, bruh. Ikoma gets bit. Ushio gets bit. And he fucking Carradines himself. So he's like got this whole apparatus set up where he's got like ropes and fucking nail guns, and he chokes himself. He cuts off the circulation to he gets bit on his arm, and he cuts off circulation to it from his neck and his shoulder. Using like a nail gun, and he does whatever he can to stop the infection from spreading to his brain and turning him into a Kabane. And at the end of it, like, you know, you see him, he's there like and he falls off, and he's like, I fucking did it! He's not a zombie with the glowy bits anymore. And that's pretty cool, I must say. So, and that's pretty much where the episode ended. I'm pretty sure I got everything.
Thank you for watching. Seriously, if you watched all of that, good for you. Did you like it? Would you like to see more? How can I improve it? Please let me know all of that in the comments. Also, if you have any suggestions for shows you'd like to see me cover and drunkenly recap, let me know that in the comments as well. So until next time, drink up everybody.